So up until now, I've been using these magnetic screen covers that my mom helped me make, and they've been working out pretty well, but a while back I noticed that I've got a couple of holes in them now. This screen, we actually recycled a screen that was in a magnetic screen door, and it's just kind of cheapy material, so it rips really easily. And also I discovered that the holes in this, really, they're too big to keep all of the tiny bugs out. I actually had some tiny white flies get through, so it's not really the best material I've discovered. And what I'm gonna do is, I was gonna remake this style. I was gonna have Mom help me remake it with a better screen material. And I was just looking around on YouTube, and I actually found a video that a guy made where he did his a little bit differently for his pop-out windows on his van. And as you can see, I have pop-out windows on my van, so I thought I would try his method and see if I could get it to work for me. So we're just gonna take these off, and I'm probably gonna take the magnets out of these and reuse them, because I can always use magnets for something. But I think we're gonna say goodbye, sadly, to these window screens. So what I am gonna do is, I bought this netting off of Amazon. It's specifically for no-see-ums. It's made by Equinox, and I'm gonna use this netting and some Gorilla Glue waterproof patch and seal tape. And we're gonna just try to do what this guy on YouTube did and see if it works. 4.5 inches. The only thing I'm somewhat worried about is that the guy in the video that I watched, his mechanism for opening and closing the window doesn't sit on this part of the window, and mine does. You know, I don't want this cutting the mesh, the netting. I can't really think of any other potential issues, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and I guess, you know, if there are issues that arise, I can just take it off. But I thought this was worth trying anyway. So this tape is really tacky and kind of gooey, so trying to be really careful. But what I'm gonna do is just put it over the mesh. This tape is really not sticking. Okay, so here is the finished result. It takes quite a bit of effort to get that tape to stick. You can probably hear the sticky release. I'll try this for a while. Take a look at it from the outside. I do kind of wish I had gotten black tape instead of clear, but it doesn't look too bad. So I didn't take any video of this, but I ended up I did 3 windows total, and I pulled 2 of the 3 off. because I could not get this patch and seal tape to stick. It won't stick to the rubber or the glass. It comes right off. This one stuck better than the other two, but it's not gonna work. I love this idea though. So this video is, I guess, pretty much an example of a failed project, or I don't know, at least failed for now. I bought some of this 3M heavy duty Velcro. It's kind of like what you find on the command strips. You press it down in there and it doesn't come apart very easily. It has adhesive on the back side, and my brother actually had this. This is how I came to actually order this and think that it would work, because I tested a strip of my brother's on it, put it on the glass, and it did not come off. I think this is going to be much better than the tape that the video I watched said to use, which was pretty much useless. When I tried it, it just came right off. I did everything I knew to do and it still wouldn't stick. So we're going to try this now. I've got mesh screens that are 5.5 inches wide by whatever the length was that went all the way around my pop-out window. Cut the Velcro to match that length, and I cut the 1 inch wide strips in half. This way, if the dogs happen to jump up against the window and rip this mesh, I can just pull this Velcro off of the window, replace the mesh. I'd have to buy more tape, but not a big deal. Put new tape around the edge and then just press it into what's existing on the window. So I think it's gonna be a better deal all the way around anyway. So this is what I had already done using some of my brother's Velcro that he had. This is kind of what I did just to test it and make sure it was gonna stick. And it is. So I can pull off the screen part. I've got Velcro on this part of the screen that snaps down into the Velcro that's stuck to the glass. When you put this on the mesh screen, a little bit of that adhesiveness does go through the mesh. So it's a little bit sticky on this side, not terribly, but as you could probably see when I opened the window, the rubber seal around the window actually did stick to it a little bit. So I'm just gonna have to be careful with that, and I might actually find some kind of fabric to stick over this maybe. The thing is, it's not super sticky, so anything I put on there is probably not gonna stick really well. So I don't know that it really matters. I may just leave it. I was trying to make the corners look really nice and line up, but it takes a long time to do, and I don't think it's really super necessary. So might just stop taking so much time on the corners. That corner looks really nice, but it took me forever. All right, I'm gonna finish this, show you what it looks like when it's done. So I got one finished and it works. It is kind of sticky. That adhesive goes through the mesh, and so you can feel the stickiness on this side and on the window side as well. All right, number 2 is done. Here is window number 3. It's probably the hottest day of the week so far. It's 86, which doesn't seem like much, but it's pretty warm. The sun is kind of beating down on me, but I want to get this last window screen done. So that's what I'm doing right now. So far, the other ones have actually stuck, so I think this is the way to do it. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I just have the base Velcro on the glass, and I have gone, you can see where the window starts to open right about here, and I've taken the Velcro up just like a ½ an inch more. I've cut this side piece at an angle here, and then I've started the bottom piece just as a straight edge, and it's sitting right up against this side piece. And then I've done the same thing on this corner, and that goes all the way up again about a ½ an inch or a ¼ of an inch past where the window starts opening. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this Velcro down over the top of this Velcro that I've already put down on the glass. When I peel this backing off, that's what the mesh is going to stick to. I found it easier to do it this way. You just put the Velcro pieces together and then you add the mesh. So here's a view of the screens from the inside of the van. They look pretty nice, actually. Looks like I'm just gonna have to be really careful when I close these up to make sure that that netting doesn't close in the mechanism here. Overall though, it's looking pretty good. It's just when I first open them, because that's adhesive there's just mesh over it, which doesn't really block the adhesive much. It wants to stick to the rubber seal. So I do have to be careful when I open them, just to make sure that the Velcro strip doesn't pull off. So I hope that was helpful to you all, and especially me leaving in both parts of the installation, the failed version as well as the successful version. I wanted to show really what that patch and seal tape ended up looking like and why, in my opinion, it failed. If you have any questions at all about what I did, please leave those in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to help if I can. I will also link in the description all of the items that I bought to make this work, in both the failed installation and the successful installation, so you all can know exactly what I was using. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.